Hey guys, so I've got another pickups video. This time I actually played pretty much all of these games except for two of them, and that way I can actually tell you how I feel about them. First off, isn't a game, but found a little 8-bit Toad at Walgreens. Thought he looked kind of cool. Of course, he looks like he's flipping everybody off. I don't really collect a lot of those anymore, just because I don't really have the room for them. Yes, I could pin them up on the wall, but my mom doesn't want push pins on the wall, so I have to figure out some other way. Another thing, this one I actually didn't play because I didn't feel like getting my Game Gear out and putting in 6 batteries. I don't know where the batteries are anyway. But Video Games Monthly sent me this, The Simpsons Bart vs. the Space Mutants on Game Gear. They sent me this because in my last crate I actually got a duplicate on accident. So I sent them a message, and so they sent me something else and let me keep the duplicate game, which really isn't a bad deal. They're very responsive. They're always willing to fix their mistakes if they make them, so which that's the first time I've really gotten a duplicate, so not too bad. I've been with them for like well over a year. Let's see, a couple of movies I got. I went back to Illinois, and of course the Barnes & Noble and everywhere there has what I've been looking for, but here I can't find them. And I've watched every single one of these, but first I got the new Studio Ghibli movie, or Ghibli, I don't know, people say both, whatever. The Red Turtle. This is a very interesting movie. It's got like a 90 something on Rotten Tomatoes, but it's one of his newest films, or one of Studio Ghibli's newest films. There is no dialogue in the whole movie, so you're just watching a story with no words, which it's not bad at all, but it's very emotional. Some parts are really, really sad, but I highly recommend this movie. It's really good. Second one is a new DC animated movie, Wonder Woman. This one is actually by Bruce Timm, which I think he's one of the better directors of the animated films, and it's really good. I highly recommend this too. And then another Studio Ghibli movie, Ocean Waves. This one's also very good. This one's not really like sad or anything, but it's about a group of friends who, well, I mean, there's two like best friends, and this girl is a transfer student, and they both like her, so they kind of have like a conflict between the two of them. But it's a pretty good movie, and the Blu-ray comes with the a little short film, which I actually saw this when I went to go see one of the Studio Ghibli movies in theaters when they re-released some into theaters so you could see them again. And it was really, really funny, actually. But yeah, definitely if you like Studio Ghibli movies, just get this one. I mean, it's kind of more like a romantic type of movie, but it's also about friendship. Let's see, another one I actually did a trade with Small World on YouTube. When I got the joke box from Video Games Monthly, I got like 3 or 4 copies of Mary-Kate and Ashley Sweet 16 on GameCube. It was a pretty funny joke, but I really don't need 3 or 4 copies of it. So he messaged me and we started texting back and forth and decided to do a trade on it. So he sent me 2 games. Sent me Mafia. This is actually kind of plays like a kind of like Grand Theft Auto, but it's like set in the 1930s. And I played pretty much almost all of the games that I got. I played like 15 to 20 minutes of, just to kind of get a feel of what it was like. And I have to say that pretty much every single game I played was really awesome. So this is actually, it's pretty good. I'll have to check into the other 2 also, but I definitely plan on playing this later. This one was the not so great, but I still didn't have it in my collection. But I played this for like 15 minutes in Shrek Treasure Hunt. But you go around and you collect all these items, but the world environment is very bland. And if you collect enough, then you get to do these like little mini games, which are very, very simple. I don't know, it's not even really enjoyable. The controls are clunky, moving around, but still nice to have in my collection, even if it is probably one of the worst games I've ever played. Don't play this. Actually got a really good deal on eBay, which I usually it's kind of like hard to find decent deals. Usually it's, you know, okay, well that's what I would pay anyway, but it's convenient. But sometimes I go through eBay wholesale lots really late at night when I shouldn't. Kind of a habit, and sometimes I bid on things I shouldn't. But I'm actually good. I'm glad that I did win this for. I paid $36, and there are 3 Wii U titles. I got Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. This actually is very, very good game. I played like the first level, and the colors are very vibrant. Pretty much you're on Donkey Kong Island. It's Donkey Kong's birthday, and this I don't know who the enemy is, but this enemy decides to take his ship over your island and freeze it. And it does not make Donkey Kong very happy because it's his birthday and he ruined his birthday, but yeah, this is really, really fun. Good Wii U title. This one paid for itself, but I got Super Smash Bros. Wii U. I really needed this because the only Super Smash Bros. Game that I have is on GameCube. It's pretty good. There are a lot of characters on this. I'm a little lost with like the single player campaign mode. It's a little weird. I don't know if I'm playing the right one or not. But I'm definitely gonna have to take some time and get used to this again. This actually surprised me. This is probably the favorite of the 3 that I played, but Super Mario 3D World. It's a 3D platformer, but it's like timed, just like the other ones were. Although you have to finish the level before the time runs out. But you can also do like the cat suit and all that, and then you can climb walls, and very fun. I like this. Yeah, but that was awesome. $36 shipped. Not a bad deal at all. This is our game of the month I picked up at work. But Shadow Warrior, this starts for the month of June. This is the game we will be playing for game clubs. I'll leave a link to game clubs in the description below. Every month we pick out a new game to play, and we all play it, and then have a discussion at the end. So, pretty awesome group. This is supposed to be good. I haven't tried it yet because I told everyone that I wouldn't start until June. So, And also another work pickup, somebody brought in the Warriors. It was a little scratched, so we weren't going to take it in, but I was like, hey, I actually have been looking for this game, so let's clean the disc and I'll probably just take it myself. So paid $20 for it, but I mean, I've been looking for it in its original case. I haven't been able to play it because I have it on Xbox original, but I don't have an Xbox original, and it's not a backwards compatible game on 360. So uh, I played a little bit of this. Kind of feels like Bully. I mean, it is made by Rockstar, but it's the Warriors, and the the combat feels like Bully. So it's pretty cool. I'm definitely gonna have to play through this because I really love the Warriors movie too. So. Another one picked up. I've been looking at this for a while, and it ended up being in Game Informer's top 100 RPGs of all time. I started playing this, and it's kind of like it's got the graphics, like the characters look like Harvest Moon 64 is the way they look. And but it's kind of like open world in a way, like you can roam around, but I mean there's like barriers as to where you can't go. And the combat is, I mean, it's turn-based, so it seems like a good RPG from what I played. Of course, I played like 15 minutes of it, and the majority of it was cutscenes, like a typical RPG, but from the looks of it, it looks to be pretty interesting. So, another pickup from work, Tales of Vesperia came in, and I didn't have it. It's an Xbox 360 exclusive. I started this, and the visuals, oh my gosh, like the cinematics look really good. So the only other Tales game I've played a little bit of was Symphonia, and I liked that. So, and I've got a couple of other Tales games, I just haven't had the time to start them. But I'm excited to play this one too. Goodwill pickups. These I really didn't get a good deal on. I pretty much paid retail price for, but I got a copy of Pokemon Sapphire, which really sucks because I actually already have this game and the battery's dead. So either I'm going to use it to as just kind of like a tester, start working on changing batteries, soldering and stuff. I need to get a soldering iron, but I might use this as a test subject. Although I paid full price for it, so I don't know that I want to. But if anyone wants it for trade and knows how to replace the batteries on these, then I'm up for trade. That's fine. Power Rangers Rescue. This actually didn't work, but I took it apart and cleaned it, and it works just fine now. So it's pretty fun little Game Boy game, not gonna lie. I liked it. You go around and you rescue people, but it's like a 2D platformer. Another Goodwill pickup is $2, so why not? Moto Racer. I didn't have this on PlayStation 1, and it's in good condition. The case is kind of but the disc itself is in good condition. I played a little bit of it. It's not a bad motorbike game. It's okay. This one I didn't play, but this was like the awesome pickup, and I can't play it because it's not backwards compatible, unfortunately. But at Goodwill, I usually don't pick up loose games, but it was Fallout Brotherhood of Steel on Xbox. I've never once seen this in the wild before. So it's a $15 game loose. So I paid $2. And it's in like, it looks like it's brand new condition even though it's loose. Another Goodwill. Got Gran Turismo 3. I didn't have it in my collection, so why not? This is actually, the graphics on this are amazing. For a PlayStation 2 game. I mean, this one is from 2001, but I mean, the graphics look really, really good. Pretty good racing game, actually. Not too bad. Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. I've never played a Sly Cooper game. I played like the first level of this, or the first part of it, and it was pretty fun. Just like a platformer, kind of like Jak and Daxter sort of thing. But it's cel shaded, and it looks to be really fun. So I'm gonna have to play through it. And then another two Goodwill pickups. I was surprised to see PlayStation 3 games because I usually don't see 360 or PlayStation 3. It's usually all PlayStation 2 and Xbox One original. But got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. This was actually a really good Call of Duty game. I played it back in the day when it first came out. I had it pre-ordered and got it day one. Campaign was really good. This is probably the only one that I spent a bunch of time on multiplayer because I really didn't care for multiplayer otherwise, but most of the time I don't. But the maps on this were probably the best. I didn't have it in my collection because I sold it or traded it in a long time ago, so I wanted it again. And Resistance 2. I never played any of the Resistance games, but from what I played of this, it looks pretty interesting. Like kind of, I don't know what to compare it to. Maybe Gears of War, kind of. I don't know. But it seems to be pretty cool. Pretty decent first-person shooter. Goodwill pickups. Goodwill. GameStop pickups. I got Prey, which is still unopened because the thing with PlayStation 4 games is that you've got to download it to your system and you got to do all the updates. And updates for me, since I live out in the middle of nowhere in the country, take like overnight. So I wasn't even going to bother with this until I actually am going to play it, which I'm still playing Persona 5, so I'm not doing anything else. But it looks really awesome. It's by Bethesda. Kind of looks like a mixture between Dead Space and BioShock. Like you can teleport into objects and use those objects. Like if there's like a little minigun like on the ground or whatever, like a turret, you can kind of like warp into it and become that turret and start using it without actually having to physically be there. It's weird. It's weird, but it's also a first-person shooter at the same time, so I don't know. Looks awesome to me. And then had GameStop is doing a 4 for $20 deal right now. You have to ask them for the list, have them print it off. Also, there's a website somewhere where it's leaked all the games that are available for it. But if they print off the list, it'll tell you the ones that they actually have in the store. And if they're not on the shelf, then you ask them behind the counter, like I did. There were several that were out there that didn't have their original cases, so I went up and asked if they had any with the original case in the back because it said they had more than the one on hand. So you got to ask to get what you need. But I'm very happy with what I got. I got Diablo 3 on PlayStation 3. My sister was into Diablo when I think like Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. She played a lot of this game. But I never did. I was into WoW. I don't remember where I was because the doorbell rang, but yeah, Diablo 3, so I started playing it. and it's actually really, really fun. Um, it's like a kind of like a top-down dungeon crawler slash RTS. I don't really know how to explain it, but um, pretty awesome. I like anything that involves loot. I don't know why, because I played too much WoW, probably. Um, so I know like back, I don't know if they do it on this too, but like back in the PC time, if you found like rare items, you could sell them for real money, which is crazy. Like you can make money off of Diablo. I mean, I know there were other games that you could play that you could make money off of, like Second Life, which was a very strange game. Um, and then I got Final Fantasy 13. This is probably the most hated on Final Fantasy game. But and I never really played much of it, but the opening scene, oh my gosh, like Square Enix really knows how to make these cutscenes. Like their characters are just beautiful. I don't know. It looks really good. The combat's a little different from what most people are used to. That's probably why everybody gets upset about it, just like they did with Final Fantasy 15, which I really liked the combat, so I didn't really care. The game was awesome. So I'm definitely gonna give this a try too. I'm probably gonna just love every Final Fantasy game there ever was. And then we got Lego Hobbit, because Lego games are awesome, and I'm not a big fan of The Hobbit, but I love Lord of the Rings. So, but it's Lego. I'll give it a try. I mean, it plays just like any other Lego game. They are usually really easy platinums too, although they do end up taking like 30, 35 hours to platinum when they're only a 6-hour game. They can be a little repetitive and tedious, but I like them. And then the last one is Mirror's Edge. Really unlike any other game I've played before. You play as this character who's running away from people. You've got to just keep running. Just keep running. Like it's like parkour type. I mean, but you can use weapons and stuff. So I don't know. I mean, it seems okay. A lot of people really like raved on about this game, but I mean, because it's different. But I don't know. It seems okay to me. I don't have anything else. That's all I've got. But I'll see you guys later.